Welcome to the new edition of the Superstars podcast. My name is Chad Levine. I am the host. I am very excited to showcase new people, new things, and all kinds of different philosophies, ways of life, and strategies in life and business. I am a mortgage lender by trade, business and life coach as well. And the Superstars podcast has truly been an evolution for me. Something I started going live on Facebook with, and I've just found a knack for a way to connect with the people that I live, work, and play with every single day of my life. And it is no one more deserving of the pilot episode of this new version.
Oh, it's the pilot.
The pilot episode of I say pilot only because it's the first. I feel like it's a fancier term.
Okay.
But it's just going to keep going. It's not like the network's going to cut it.
One.
Yeah. It's not like the network's going to cut it, you know?
Season 1, episode 1?
Yeah, because technically I'm the network, you know?
Right.
So this is Maya Felsenstein. We are in her real estate office.
We are.
In beautiful South Jersey, Cherry Hill to be exact. It's funny when I tell people where I'm from now, right, as opposed to where I was, and you can comment on this. When you move to South Jersey, right, South Jersey is this area, right, and a lot of times people will define it based on its proximity to Philadelphia. But then when you're in South Jersey, I think the most prominent part is Cherry Hill.
Yeah, I would say for the suburbia outside of Philly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But having been a transplant here, because I grew up in Florida, I have now learned that when people refer to true South Jersey, it's not Cherry Hill, because we are kind of like that unique, amazing oasis, right? So people talk South Jersey, a lot of them will talk like Salem County, Cumberland County, Atlantic County, and the shore.
Isn't that like southern Jersey?
But yeah, okay, so yes, we are considered South Jersey.
I feel like there's south and then there's like the south.
Well, oh yeah. There are reasons Maya only works in certain parts of Jersey. I don't know those areas very well.
I always feel like it's like South Jersey is this area between the city and the shore.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I view it.
Incredibly fair to say.
Yeah.
I actually was just in Atlanta for Keller Williams family reunion. It's our annual conference. And, people are always like, I have, on my tag it says Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And they're like, oh, where's that? And I'm like, you know where Philly is? And they're like, yeah. I was like, well, there's a little river there. And when you go on the other side where Jersey is, that's where I am.
Yeah.
I was like, literally, it's just like one finger to the other. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're like, would you consider yourself a suburb of Philly? A little bit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Totally.
It's like you're really not, but you are, and it gives people like a location.
Right.
Like it's your coordinate.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like your pin.
It's like LA or San Francisco. Nobody knows anything in between.
Yeah. But South Jersey has a flavor that I want to discuss.
Yes.
But before that, I really want to discuss your flavor. You and I have done these things in the past. And I am going to speak to our relationship.
Yes.
I would say from both a career defining as well as a personal perspective, it's an extremely important relationship to me. You were the first person to give me grace and open your door and open your arms to working with me. And in our industry, in real estate, it is very cutthroat. It is very competitive. Not only do you have to earn your spot, you have to keep your spot because there's a ton of people going after it. And I think that the fact that you and I are still working together after so many years and absolutely adore one another is a testament not only to the people we are as individuals, because we come very similar, cuts of cloth, but it's also how we work and how we operate and how we care for our clients.
And how we think and approach our business.
Totally.
Because I think we are very much two peas in a pod in that way.
100%. I'm so grateful for it. And part of the evolution of my brand is always to showcase the people that I believe are superstars, which is why it's so important for you and I to be here together today.
Oh, I love that. I love you.
Oh, ditto, 100%. And so let's peel that back a little bit. Let's start with, I'm going to, we're current, talk about what you're doing professionally, business practices, day to day. I know your roles change so much because you like doing things. You like tackling things. You like redefining yourself, which I think is important. And then I want to peel back some of the different things that you and I maybe not have delved into in the past, which is really philosophies in business and in life, and how the two collide in your everyday world.
Totally. They
Yeah.
collide all the time. I collide with walls too sometimes. So, okay. So, what am I doing now? I run my own solo business. So, a few years ago, I had taken my try at running a team and realized how much it didn't fit me very well. I really needed to be more with my clients. So dissolved my team.
And I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay.
Because part of while you tell me where you are, there's a lot of good points.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And I don't want to lose that.
Okay.
So why specifically, this is a very common thing.
Yeah.
People will see success individually, right? And they'll start to really taste it. And they'll say, oh my God, things are going really, really well. I'm starting to sell whatever I sell, right? And I think the way to scale for me is to create more people doing selling, right? What did you experience that didn't work out for you?
Okay, so I got my start in a different brokerage, so I do say that, and I moved to another brokerage in between my first brokerage and being at Keller. I came to Keller with my little mini team, which was just me and another agent, and my transaction coordinator, who I still have, Ellie.
She's phenomenal.
My right hand. I can't live without her.
And she's British, which I think like adds so much more professionalism.
I know, I love it. I just call her all the time just to hear her talk.
I agree with you. The electronic communication does not do her justice.
No, it doesn't. She's amazing, and I love her. But yeah, so I came here, and I was searching for something, and I knew I needed better systems. I knew I had all the puzzle pieces, and I wasn't quite sure how they were fitting together, and there were some that were like not quite there yet. And listening to podcasts and reading Gary Keller books, and I realized that while I was growing, I didn't really focus my energy on growing a team. I just had somebody for leverage. And it was unfair to that agent. I was using them as like here, just go do, right? It was unfair to them.
So it was more complimenting you than teaching them the business.
Yeah, it was. I just needed help because I
Sure,
was just so
that's
busy.
totally fair.
We were
That's
all coming
totally
out of
fair.
that 2021, 2022 market, and it was like
A whirlwind.
I still had so much business coming in.
Totally.
And then one thing that I realized fairly quickly is that I had a passion for coaching new agents to create a business that they want. And it was not until I got here that I realized that the leverage wasn't necessarily needing to be a human body. The leverage could be a system, an automated, whatever it is. It just had to be something that you do every single time, and it creates balance in your life.
So it was the consistency. Consistency in the habits and the behaviors.
Oh, 100%. And, people are always like, real estate is a business like this. Well, sure, if you work it like this.
Right.
But if you work it like this, it's like this.
That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So people go to a job every day, and what do? They get into their computer, they log in, their first task is data entry.
Right.
The second task is
Right.
following up on whatever it was. The third task is preparing for tomorrow and move on, right? And the next day you come back and you run the same reports. Why aren't you looking at your real estate business in the same way? You come in, the first thing you do is
and I think that's the hardest part, Maya. People will be jaded by the media, right? And they'll see $1 million listings.
Oh, yeah.
And these unbelievable, but what they don't
Anomalies.
realize, it is not the norm, right? Nope. And you have to treat it like you're a solopreneur, because if you're not, you'll never survive.
Right. And I will tell you, there is yes, true. There are a few markets like millionaire real estate, right? You got Manhattan, you got LA, maybe Dallas, Chicago. You got a few, handful, Atlanta, whatever, that have some of these. That's not our market. Our market, our average sale price in our market center, and we're the number one in the market, is $408,000.
Yeah.
That's the average sale price in our market.
Yeah.
So is life like that? Heck no, because those aren't the buyers. Those aren't the sellers. Those aren't the lifestyles. So a lot of those shows sell a lifestyle. Great. When you live in LA and you're selling $1.5 million homes in the same way I could sell a $250,000 home.
Right.
It's all relative.
Right.
So yeah, they of course. But you know what? I could do the same thing here. Scaled for what is here.
Do you think that you think where people fail is their inability to fall in love with the work required?
Yes.
As opposed to the reward at the end?
I think part of it is that we as agents over the last few years have done ourselves and our jobs such a disservice in posting I've got 15 offers and I got my buyers. I mean, that was like 20 years in the industry. Never in my life have I seen anything like that. That was absolutely a 2-year anomaly.
Totally.
That will never, ever happen again. Never happen again. Seriously,
Yeah. And that was just a very transient time for the business.
Oh, well,
people
yeah,
were
because
in
people
and out, and
people wanted to get out of the big cities.
Right.
They wanted space. They wanted green. And some of the bigger houses, like they wanted to get out. They wanted people were ready to just leave the congestion and all the being around. It was a unique time. I think now, we're balancing in our market. I keep thinking somebody's going to bust in here. You got a sign out there. I think we're balancing a little bit. Sellers need to also reset their mindset.
Right.
Again, same problem. We did a disservice to our industry by posting how easy it is. It's not easy.
Totally.
And new agents coming into the business think, oh, I just go and, sell houses and stuff. But that's the reward in the work.
Right.
Is the appointment. It's the showing the house.
It's the opportunity.
It's getting to that point, getting there.
You're expected to close.
Yeah, heck yeah. You get to that point,
right.
You find them a house, you're going to close.
The win is the opportunity. And then developing the systems that increase the opportunities.
And being consistent with the effort that you put out.
The funnel in with the out. Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
So, yes, it's a lot of sacrifice.
When did you figure that out for yourself? Forget teaching other people. Is that something that you struggled with before?
That's a good question.
Because I struggle with that. I consistently rewrite my days because I'm trying to mix it with the things that I like to do along with the stuff I have to do in order to produce.
Okay, so I start my calendar with the things that I get to do with my family. 100% family goes on the calendar first. Who's got birthday parties? My kids are older now, but that's what I would do. It's who had the drop-off party? Who had the not drop-off party? Who had the baseball thing? Who didn't, where's my husband in all of this? Where do I have my showings? Where's my open house? Sometimes I would be so strategic with my open house that I would plan it in between 2 baseball games at the same tournament. If the tournament was in Washington Township, I was doing an open house in Washington Township, and I'd have another agent with me that would put out the signs, set it up, and then they would shadow me. But I had them get it set up, so I was there for 2 hours, and they would.
And I feel like to make this a career that fits in with your family as opposed to the other way around.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is so hard. But so crucial because you are not everyone else in the sense that you're an actual career agent.
Yes.
Right? Not everyone's a career agent.
Right.
So for you to have those systems is critical
Critical.
to balance every aspect of your life.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
any part of that, if there's a wrench, a crumb, a piece of sand
Yeah.
that gets in there,
Yeah.
everything gets screwed up. And when that gets screwed up,
Right.
it filters and flows into the rest of the other pieces of my life.
Right.
One of the things that I realized last year was what I wanted to do more of now that my kids are grown. I feel like your goals change, your why
Totally.
changes, like all the time. And I had a business plan. I do a business plan, November, December of every year.
Mm-hmm.
What are my goals? What do I want to accomplish? And my husband and I sit down and go, what do we want to do this year? What are the house goals that we want to do this year? What are the vacation goals that we want to do this year?
That's very cool.
And we set all of that up, and then we look at, well, okay, when are the kids' schools out?
Right.
Are there family events that we need to plan for, bar mitzvahs, weddings, things like that? And we plan our whole year around our vacations, our kids' time off of school, things like that, so that when I am planning closings, when I am working my leads and things like that, I already know where everything is. And if I end up having a opening for a weekend and hey, we can get away for a weekend with the kids, then let's go.
Right.
Like, I'm able to, in Gary Keller's words, live my life by design.
And I love that. So, is these all things you had to back into, like when you decided to get into real estate?
So I learned some of it growing up.
Yeah.
I got my start in
And
mortgages.
and I guess the question is real estate the only thing or one of the few things that would afford you the ability to do that?
Well, I was also in mortgages.
Right.
So when I first got started, I had a couple of really great mentors.
Mm-hmm.
And my whole family being in sales, like I knew it was a grind, like from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, give me all the leads. I will call everything. I will work Saturdays. Like I didn't care. I was just work.
Right.
Because I knew just from having a family of entrepreneurs, you have to put work in up front a lot more if you want to reap some of those benefits down the road.
That's
you
the struggle.
Can do
the
it
struggle
faster.
The struggle is showing the kids the work, right? Like you brought up a good point. Like you came from that build. Mm-hmm. And my fear is that are my children going to understand the work required?
Well, I think our children will because they're watching us put it in.
Fair.
I think, and I'm sorry, millennials, I love you, but I think it's the millennials kids.
Yeah.
I think it's the Gen Zs, the ones who are the age above ours, above our kids. Those are the ones who are having a really hard time right now.
Yeah.
Really
and it's really hard because aside from my biggest guilt as a parent is I am fried when I get home. I am so fried.
Yeah.
And to even do like basic stuff that I should too, I'm so tired. It's like either hopefully we have someone else coaching them, right? So I can just do a drop off and chill, or there's some other aspect to it, and it's major guilt for me because it's such a critical time.
Yes. And that is something I was at a critical time.
Yeah.
My kids were second grade and kindergarten when I got into the industry.
Wow.
Into real estate sales.
Yeah.
So that was 2019. And they were both playing, I think combined, there was 5 or 6 baseball teams. 3 or 4 of them were travel teams. So there were tournaments every weekend. Sometimes my kid was playing on 2 different tournament teams because they needed a fill-in or
and
whatever.
You can't slight them. Like you can't let your busy schedule slight what they're doing.
And fortunately for me, I have an amazing husband who loved coaching, so he coached 4 of the 5 teams.
Wow.
So how amazing for me that he was there with the kids.
Wow.
But I had the guilt that I wasn't. So like I said, I would sit down with Matt at the end of every month. Where are the tournaments this month?
Yeah.
What are our things? What days can I do my open houses? When can I work? And I looked at my calendar as if I was working in a retail into like 2 jobs, and I needed to work around my retail, right? That's my part-time job. My full-time job is my family. So making sure that everything that my family needs from me is there before I build in my time for my work. And I would give you the same advice.
It's incredible that you are able to, and I guess like you said, life by design, right? To take all of that in, and you have to be super disciplined.
Yes.
Super disciplined
100%.
to run a successful family and run a successful business.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and at the end of the day, when you have to choose one or the other, the family always supersedes the business.
It will always supersede the business,
Right.
because if I'm not taking care of them, or it starts with me, if I'm not feeding me, doing things for me, that allows me to have the space to decompress for myself or whatever, because I'm pulled so many times. So I need to take care of me. Then I can take care of them.
I want to dig into that. I love that spiritual part of you. But before we go into that and get into the personal stuff, so I want to get back into the business a little bit more high level superstar type stuff, which is really what I love to focus on.
Okay.
Talk to me about your formula now.
Uh-huh.
What are the things that you do specifically that allow you to get the predictable and favorable outcomes that you want in business?
Your network is your net worth. 100%. I am a database driven agent, relationship based driven agent. I cultivate my relationships with people.
More specifically, like that's a big word. So what are you doing?
I do events. I do micro events. I find that my strength is when I'm hosting. I love entertaining. And
how often are you doing that?
Well, I was doing 1 to 2 events a year. This year I'm rolling out some other micro things that are not real estate related, but will build.
It's para. Yeah, it's all.
It will build a long time funnel for me down the road, but it plays into one of my personal passions that I do for me. So now I'm going to be able to do for me more in a way that's also going to feed my business in a strategic way. I I play mahjong.
I love it.
And everybody knows that I love mahjong. I have been playing mahjong for 25 years. I learned when I lived in Charleston, South Carolina from my friend Robin and her group of wonderful women who now I realize I get it. I get it.
Interesting.
I totally get it. Robin, if you're watching this, I so get it now. This is my tribe. These are my girls. These are my people. Like,
it's kind of funny
when
like you'll hate on the old heads, like, right?
Yeah,
You're
I'm like, oh my God, I'm an old Jewish lady.
And then you become the old head. You're like, oh.
I know. I play canasta too.
Well, I will say this, and I think you hit the nail on the head. If I were to describe one word, and take Maya down the one thing, it's community.
Yeah, community.
Because you are so good at finding community, subcommunity, 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 and entrenching and entrenching and entrenching.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I guess let's talk about where you live and maybe how other people can replicate this that are in any kind of industry.
Yeah.
So you're in South Jersey.
South Jersey, that's my bigger.
And then you're in Cherry Hill.
I'm in Cherry Hill.
And then you have a large Jewish population within Cherry Hill.
Yes.
So how do you go ring, ring, ring? How do you work that?
So you take your bigger area and you look at the things that you are already doing, right? I'm already Jewish.
Check.
I'm already a member of the JCC. I'm already a member of my synagogue.
So you did those and then realized, as opposed to strategically.
I did those and strategically used them because it was already time I was providing in my life to something. So whether it was Hebrew school drop off or pickup or at the bingo, I'm going to a bingo tonight at my synagogue, and you better believe I'll be wearing everything realtor, but I'm not going to say a single thing about my real estate, right? I'm just going to be, I just came from showing. I'm going to be like head to toe in real estate.
Because you want them to ask you.
Correct.
Right.
So am I that agent who's walking around looking like an attorney all day? No, I'm not. I'm an agent that says, realtor, you can stop me anytime. I will talk to you about real estate any given moment of the day. I can do a TED Talk on anything real estate related on the spot. But what I've learned is that I am better in smaller groups
Mm-hmm.
where I can spend more time getting to know them and
Grow
then
deeper.
totally.
Yeah.
Because aside from the fact that it enriches my life and the life of my
Mm-hmm.
family by just knowing so many amazing people in my
Mm-hmm.
area,
Mm-hmm.
it helps me connect others with each other. Like if I know that this person is, maybe new to the area, they've got 3 kids and one of their kids is a swimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I know so and so at this swim club and I know so and so at this swim club, and do you want to go and take a look at the different, swim teams that are available, and here are the ones where you could do winter training at SJack or at the JCC or at Wahoo's. Like I find it my personal business to know those
So
things.
that's 2 massive nuggets, right?
Huge.
So the first nugget is to look at the things you're already involved in your everyday life.
Yep.
And find conscious ways
Correct.
for it to grow relationships, which will inevitably grow business.
Yes, and that is just like tip of the
Yeah,
iceberg.
but
We're
you
going
do,
to build down from
but
that.
you do that instinctually.
Yes, but then we're going to
Yeah.
take that and we'll call them like pillars.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got like my Jewish community pillar.
Mm-hmm.
I've got,
Or a CRM group, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's call them groups, segments, whatever you want to call them. So I have like my Jewish people that, I will see at other Jewish events,
Right.
or will, communicate Jewish events too.
Right, right.
I have my baseball families.
Right.
Because I'm very involved at the baseball field, which is something other very cool I can't wait to tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
Both my kids played there. My husband just stepped off the board after 7 years. So
that must have been emotional.
Emotionally exciting for me. It was a
Cherry
long
Hill
time
Atlantic
coming.
has the best snack stand, by the way. Shout out.
They really do. They really, really, really do. And just if anybody's listening, I will 100% work the snack bar still. Okay? It's like my favorite thing because I got to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
I loved
makes
working
sense.
the window.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
was I wearing anything realtor related? You better believe
why
I
not?
was.
Yeah.
I was wearing a big baseball shirt that said realtor across it.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's like, it's just like the little things, right? But then what I do is I have the signs at the baseball fields.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm at the baseball fields.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the Facebook groups that the families are in.
So you're going deeper into the things you're already doing.
So they are seeing me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On signs.
Mm-hmm.
They're seeing me in Facebook groups, contributing in ways that aren't just real estate. It's when somebody is asking for an electrician, tagging my electrician and saying something nice about them, not just going, oh, so-and-so. Like, he gets back to you really quickly. He's always great. If not, text me. I'll, reach out to him for you. Like, I want them to know that I'm more than just an agent.
Mm-hmm.
I used to say my first tagline, was more than a realtor, I'm also a resource.
So you couldn't and this shows you how aligned you and I are from a brainwave perspective. So that's nugget number 2, right? Nugget number 1 is to work within your natural environments and communities and find conscious ways to grow deeper.
Yeah.
Nugget number 2 is if you're going to be a good realtor, you're going to be a good resource individual, right?
Correct.
Connector. So you, in essence, are the same as a politician and I don't mean political. All right, let me explain. Okay. Well, we can edit that out. Stakeholder.
Stakeholder, I like stakeholder.
Influencer,
I
right?
can go with that.
So we'll go with those 2.
Yeah, I like that.
Politician is the wrong time of that to say that. But a person of influence in your community.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Yeah.
think that is a massive, massive thing for people to understand, specifically in real estate. Other industries or whatever, right? But you have to take on the role of being a resource or someone that controls, right, the flow of communication and relationships in a region.
Yes.
Or a group.
Yes. And then, you look at that and you're like, okay, well, this is how you do it for your community, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's another pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my professional partners.
Okay, yep.
And I dig deep down there too.
Yep.
You know, how many clients do you have? How do you get your clients? Who gives you those referrals? How do you get to those people?
And you got that from coaching, right?
I got that from coaching.
You got that from coaching.
I had a
right.
coach that I knew I needed business professionals.
Totally.
I knew I needed attorneys. I knew I needed CPAs. I knew I needed financial advisors. I knew that I needed these things because those are the people who have a database.
It's all the flow of the network.
Listen,
Yeah.
if I need to grow my database,
Right.
I either need to find buyers and sellers individually, one at a time, or I got to go to who has a book of business of people that in a high ratio in comparison to their level of clientele.
And you want the word of mouth referral as opposed to the cold.
Yeah. Right. So if I go to my CPA and I say, well, how many clients do you have? And they say 200. And I say, great. Of those 200, how many of those bought or sold real estate last year? He's going to know. How is he going to know? Because you give him all your tax information.
Right.
You're going to tell him, oh, I don't own that house anymore. I bought a new house. Oh, okay, great. Do you have, so you talk to your CPA about that. So if he says, oh, I have 200 and 10 of them bought or sold, I now know the ratio of his clients that will likely need to buy or sell this coming year.
So is it fair to say, and I'm going to go back to the old school yellow pages.
Yes.
When you pull out the yellow pages
Yes.
and you look in the professional, I guess that the white pages would have been the professional resource section.
Yeah, white
Was it the
pages
white?
were personal, and
Was it
yellow
white
pages
personal?
were
Okay,
the.
sorry. So yellow.
It's been so long.
But if I were a new realtor going to an area,
Yeah.
in addition to joining community-based groups,
Yes.
to develop my sub-network, it's also a good idea to approach all the different professionals that also serve that same area.
Yes.
And develop those relationships.
Yes, and go to the Chamber of Commerce. Find out if there's any networking events that are going on. There's so many different opportunities that just that pillar can provide that we could do a whole different podcast on.
I love that.
Because that one is all about how to ask, how to approach, and how to create that reciprocal partnership.
I love it. Yeah, so in essence, that part of our discussion is really the backbone of your daily routine.
Part of it, yeah. I mean, I lead generate in that I like to have my coffee and I call it coffee and contacts at 6:00 in the morning when I have my coffee. Nobody else is up in the house. Dogs are just quietly sitting next to my feet. And I go through my database. Who do I need to call today? Who do I need to follow up with? Let me check the hot sheet and see if any new homes are coming up and who do I need to send those to. Are there any sellers that are kind of on the fence and maybe a new listing popped up in their neighborhood and I can say, here's a new listing that just will watch, that kind of thing. So I develop who am I going to call, how am I going to reach out to, and what am I going to do on a daily basis. And then I can't just sit down and lead generate. It just doesn't fit my lifestyle.
But it's a component of something you have to do every day.
Yeah, so how do I do it? When other agents and Tom Ferry and Buffini say do it from 9 to 11, are you kidding? I'm going to go crazy.
Right.
So I take my list with me.
Right.
And in the car, hey Siri, call so-and-so.
Right. That's smart. Because it's almost less painful because you're subconsciously doing it.
Well, it's not that. It's I'm fitting it in when I'm in my mobile office.
That makes sense.
So I'm fitting it in when I'm in my mobile office. I'm not at home distracted by the shiny objects, which are my dogs wanting to get up and go outside and barking and give me a treat, or my kids walking in from school, or mommy, I want a drink, or somebody knocking at my door.
That makes sense.
I am so much more focused in my car because there is nobody knocking on my door. Right? I'm driving. So if I don't have a call, I finished my calls. It could be the end of the day. I go onto my chat GPT and I do a brain dump. That's something new that I've put in practice. And I ask it to organize all of my thoughts, put forth a task list, and, based on what it knows about me, what's my priorities for tomorrow.
So are the things you're describing a product of your now 20 years doing this? Do you feel like you've figured out your formula?
No, it's really always evolving because my business needs change.
Right.
I could be very listing heavy at one point, and so my systems need to adjust a little bit, or I could be very buyer heavy and my systems need to adjust. I've built my systems to a point where I can increase or decrease the output.
Which is, so I guess the bigger question is, I know you're going to say that this isn't applicable to everyone, but there's got to be some universality. I may have just made that up. Universal aspect to this across the board if you're going to sustain a business in real estate.
There's 5 jobs of a realtor.
I love it.
And if you can do these 5 jobs, you build the systems around it.
Okay.
Lead generate.
Uh-huh.
Go on appointments. Negotiate contracts. Facilitate closings. And know what to say and how to say it. That's it. It's all we have to do. The rest of it is paperwork, compliance, and showing homes.
Yeah.
Right? So if I lead generate, whether that's going to a community event, calling my sphere, and again, that's not, hey, you want to buy? No.
Correct.
It's how are you?
It's the touch. Yeah. Yeah.
If you would text your old neighbor that you moved away from 3 miles down the road, right? Because whatever, you moved to a different school, and you would just text them like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Why not just pick up the phone and be like, hey, how you doing?
Right.
Like, I get it. We're all busy. Okay. I'm thinking about you.
Yeah.
Send that as a text.
Yeah.
I'd love to catch up. Do you want to go for coffee? It's not that I'm trying to sell you. It's you and I have a relationship.
Right.
And I want to cultivate that in whatever that is. How's the family?
And is
How are
that
things in your world?
core element your ability to be such a pivotal part in someone's life through real estate probably the largest thing that drives you and why you're here?
I think
because it's not the buildings, it's not the windows or the doors.
I think it's the way that I do my relationships that creates the want for them to work with me.
Okay. I just meant in general, like at this point, could you define your why in real estate? Like why real estate?
Why real estate? I was born for this thing. Like, honest to God.
Yeah.
I've tried so many different things. Started in the restaurant industry. Okay, I can multitask. Great. Customer service. Great. I worked for a short time with micros doing programming. That was a nightmare. Oh my God. That was 2000, 2001. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't even have an email address.
Yeah.
I still had my .edu. Like, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I did that. I then moved to Charleston where I met someone in the mortgage industry and they were like, your personality is made for this. So I was like, okay, well, my family's all in real estate. Nobody's in mortgages. This makes sense.
Right.
But all through that, I had mentors, coaches.
Is that the difference maker, do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'm a coach.
Yeah.
You're a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You have a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I have a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Even coaches have coaches.
Right.
Even Gary Keller has coaches. You want to know who his coaches are? Other CEOs.
Right.
Like, you need
a guide.
You need somebody to hold you accountable to your own goals.
Right.
Or to be that person who can help guide you when you're lost. Who can help you find the best version of you on your own.
Why don't more people do it?
Because I don't think they realize that it's a partnership for them more than for us.
Right.
I promise you we don't get into coaching for the money.
Right. 100%.
There is zero money in coaching.
100%.
Like,
you
period.
fire more people than you actually bring on. Yeah.
Yes, and the way that my coaching works here anyway is I'm paid on production. So if you're an agent that's not producing and I'm pouring in, you're like, I'm an agent. I work for free for clients.
Right.
So I have just as much interest in you producing.
It's what I love about our talks and listening to this is it really highlights the massive commitment it takes.
Oh my God.
Like, it's a massive, massive commitment. And I hear you talk about being so committed to consistently improving yourself. And this shouldn't be a scare tactic to people that are interested in real estate sales, but it should be a realistic wake-up call that this is what it takes.
Well, listen, you have a doctor, right? Would you rather have a doctor that just went to night school and got his doctor's license? Or do you want the one that has all of the credentials on the wall?
Right. That's true.
So, listen, there are great agents, and then there are some not great agents.
Right.
And it's all about them. What I do says nothing about them because I don't compare.
What a really good statement. It's them being good or not good probably has a lot more to do with the sense of commitment.
With them.
Right. That makes sense.
So if they're not producing $10 million,
that makes sense.
Well, what aren't you doing?
That makes a lot of sense.
That $10 million producers are.
That makes a lot of sense.
So if you're a new agent and you want to get to a level of platinum,
right?
Well, you should run a business like a platinum agent. And what are they doing? They're not sitting at home waiting for people to come. They're not out there throwing up social media content that says, call me.
Right.
Like, they are actually doing harder work.
Right.
They are doing that too, but that is a byproduct of the work.
Yep.
We're doing the content on the actual stuff we're doing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's
why the content comes natural.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's why when you had said, what are we going to talk about? I was like,
When Chad and I had our first breakfast, I will never forget this. We sat down, I think it was like for 2 hours. And you said, Maya, I have a vision. And I wanted to do luxury, which I realized is okay.
Yeah.
It's not my...
It's not your soul.
No,
yeah.
It's not my soul.
Yeah.
And I said, I want to be a hyper-local agent. And this was in 2021.
Yeah.
It's 2026.
Yeah.
I am a hyper-local agent that believes in community. And,
well, that's you.
And I am not the agent who's chasing $50 million.
You know what? At the end of the day, I don't think the numbers matter to you. I think if you make the difference in the communities you're involved in, and selling is a byproduct of that, I think you'll be happy.
I think I've always come from I want to be a helper. I want to be the person that people can count on.
I love that.
For advice or whatever. And, like, even my neighbor, who I'm going to miss, is selling his home, and he chose a different agent. And...
So you said you wanted to tell me something exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Is that on air? Are we doing that?
Yeah, we can do that on air. So I am starting, it's called the Mahjong Social. And it'll be a quarterly event.
I love it.
It's kind of like a client appreciation type of thing, but not.
I love it.
It stemmed from an idea that I heard in at family reunion about doing like a regular event around something you already love, which already fit my business
that makes
model.
Total sense. Yeah.
And doing this to a point where it's, for your clients and they bring guests. Okay, great. Well, we have a new tool called AI, and AI spits out some like monster ideas, right?
Yeah.
And it's like more than I can come up with in 5 minutes.
I have many conversations with AI.
Right?
Yeah.
And it knows me really well. So I said, based on what you know, and I want to do this, help me build this out.
And it did the whole thing.
And it started initially as my first event I wanted to do as a Mother's Day event.
Yeah.
And it's going to be called Mahjong, Moms, and Mimosas.
Love it.
And this one is going to be for my clients. And, bring your mom, bring a mom who's meant something to you, your mother-in-law, mentor mom, something like that. And we're just going to play Mahjong.
I love it.
And I'm going to teach Mahjong. I have some of my friends who are going to come.
Can you do a video on teaching that? Because I know nothing about it.
I am a terrible teacher at Mahjong. So really, I'm just going to look good while others are teaching it. I'm doing it at a place called Game Frenzy in Cherry Hill.
Fun.
It's a super fun area. It's where I went and learned canasta. And Bernadette there was just featured on ABC 6 News. So
very cool.
Give her a shout out. She's amazing. Her facility can do bridge, canasta, Mahjong, regular Dungeons and Dragons. Like, you can rent out some of her space to do birthday parties. You could do all kinds of private events. She even has a really cool program that you can rent games. So you pay like a monthly membership fee, and you can go and borrow whatever board games and things that they have, take it home for a couple of days, bring it back. So it's like really great for kids so that you can have a place, to get new games without having to buy new games.
I love it.
But what I love most about this event is it's not real estate centered.
Right.
It's just an opportunity, again, to build a long-term funnel by bringing community people together in a unique and curated way.
I love that. And I think as we do more of these episodes together, I think highlighting the different things you are doing to get more ingrained with your community.
Yeah, we can go on for hours
love
about
that.
this.
I love that.
The other thing that I'm doing that I'm really excited about is I've changed some of my sponsorship over at the baseball fields at Cherry Hill Atlantic. So I used to have 5 signs, one on every field. Because my husband was the sponsor chair and like we were building it. So he was like, just do 5. And I was like, okay, fine. And I love it. I still do it. And I still have signs there. So I dropped it down to 3 signs. But what I'm really excited about is I am going to be the scoreboard sponsor.
Oh, sick.
For the senior level field, which is the regulation size field.
I love it.
It's where both of my kids would have played. So Jacob still plays. Harrison has taken a different avenue. He's decided to do wrestling and swim. But Jacob is still Mr. Baseball. So I will be the scoreboard sponsor for that. And at the end of every spring, I'll be sponsoring a movie on the field, The Sandlot, with ice cream trucks and popcorn.
And when the kids are finally out of community baseball, do you think you'll stay using that?
100%, because it's for the community.
Right.
My kids were just the catalyst that brought me there.
And this was one of the ways you connected with the community.
Absolutely. And I every year I do the Cherry Hill School calendar because it's really annoying to have to go online every single time a grandparent says, "Oh, when is spring break?"
Yep.
So I made it magnetized, I branded it, and I go and I hand it out to all the families at the soccer and the baseball fields. I drop it off at all the different businesses. I have it at all my open houses. I drop it off at the front of the schools, at all the swim clubs get it at the end of the summer so that the families have something, and it's branded to me, and it's the Cherry Hill School District. It was like genius. Nobody else was doing it. Nobody steal it.
I love it. So I appreciated, we always do these journeys, and doing them in front of camera is even more special.
Super fun.
And I'm looking forward to doing more stuff.
Yes, this is my podcast voice.
It's very good, by the way.
Right? Okay,
so I'm gonna let you close out, and I'm gonna say to everyone, thank you for watching the pilot episode of the newest version of the Superstars Podcast. You can catch us on YouTube at Superstars Podcast, superstarspodcast.com, all that fun stuff. I'm gonna end this by saying, it is your retirement speech, and you have 1 sentence to sum up your career as a real estate agent. Go.
I love what I do, and I hope it shines through every minute of every day, and I just want to help everybody find their place in the world.
That was unpracticed. That was dope.
Boom.
All right, my friends. Thank you for watching the Superstars Podcast. Superstar Realtor, Maya Felsenstein, dear friend, dear business partner. We will see you guys soon. Have a good one.
Thank you. That was good.
That was good.
That was so much fun. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
I like my podcast voice. It was like I went automatic.